You've phoned all the hospitals, you've driven the police mad calling them every 5 minutes.
He could have had an accident. He could be lying anywhere, injured, alone, abandoned.
Don't be stupid, Mum. It's left because it hates your guts.
Well, I might have known you'd take his side.
Why wouldn't I? You've made him look like a complete loser in front of the whole village. You've ruined Dawn's wedding and now you're wondering why he's left you.
Well, he's in shock, Donna. He doesn't know what he wants.
Sorry to interrupt, but anyone serving?
You can pay me later. Look, it's not going to do any good you rushing off. Whatever comes back and you're not here, what then?
Enjoyed the cabaret yesterday?
It was a misunderstanding. Nothing me and Bob can't patch up.
You'll be lucky if you see hide or hair of him again. Not a great one for working through problems, is my Bob. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he's chatting up the next Mrs. Hope as we speak.
Your tea, Mrs. Woods.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Woods.
To celebrate our first day as Mr. and Mrs. Woods, I'm going to take you to lunch.
Well, aren't we going to send the bill to my dad for trashing our day yesterday?
Oh, he didn't do it on purpose, love.
I know. Poor Dad. 1 minute all he's got to think about is me and you.
Yeah. The next minute, his whole world's fallen apart. His marriage in tatters.
Yeah, but thanks to him, mine nearly didn't happen at all. You think how I felt? We're stood at the altar and all our guests are outside watching Dad and Viv totally humiliate each other.
Yeah. Well, I thought he might have at least wrong to apologise.
I don't think even he would dare interrupt the wedding night.
No. I just hope he's all right. He was gutted. He were in pieces. He'd have had to have been to leave Viv.
Bound to leave sometime. He always does. He'll turn up somewhere with some other woman, sooner or later. I'd give anything to have him back here, though.
There you are, Tootsie. That's your favourite.
There you go. We were low on milk.
Oh.
And, forgot to have a Tootsie.
Thank you, Mac. I've just made a pot of tea. Would you like one?
Oh, I'll do it.
No trouble. So you've got a courier?
Yeah, it's property pages today. I thought I'd have a gander before I went into Otten.
Anything of interest?
Yeah, well, there's one here. Single bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, £450. That'll do me.
Is that the going rate? Oh, it seems an awful lot.
But, you know, what price freedom, eh? Deposit up front. Only be £1,000 or so for the first month.
Where are you going to get hold of that sort of money?
Well, I think it's time I started liquidating some of my assets.
Well, he's small, compact, dark, handsome. When he smiles, his whole face lights up. Dark hair, bluish, greyish, hazel-coloured eyes, and he's wearing a dark suit.
And a bar of chocolate, Donna. Sorry to hear about your bit of trouble.
Thanks, so am I.
No sign of him yet.
And she's doing my head in.
What do you mean you don't think he's a missing person? That's for nothing, officer. You wouldn't believe they're supposed to be public servants, would you?
I'll leave you to it.
Mum, will you get a grip?
I tell you what I would like to get a grip of, and that is Diane Blackstock's neck. If she'd kept her trap shut, none of this would have happened.
She's Bob's friend. Why would she tell lies for you? You're the one that slept with that taxi driver.
Chauffeur.
Whatever. Even I know you don't have pervy one-night stands when you're married. Where are you going?
To find out what I've done to deserve this. Close up, Donna, we're going out.
But I've come for my pension.
Well, you're not going to starve if you don't get it in the next hour, are you?
That is not the point.
I tell you what the point is. I have a domestic emergency on my hands, and for once, I do not have the time to bow and scrape to whinging pensioners like you.
She's not looking so good. You're meant to be taking it easy.
Irish, gonna take a hard graft. It's to get this lot up to a decent market price.
You're doing all right.
Aye, but I can do better. And as it's my last stab, I want to make sure I do it right.
What are you on about?
I'm planning on clearing my debts and being out of here a bit autumn.
What, you're definitely packing it in?
Aye. I'm fed up of breaking me back for peanuts. I want Stephen to go to college. I don't want him wasting his life like I have. So when this lot makes the weight, we're selling up and we're out of here.
All I know is he didn't turn up for his shift this morning.
He's left her. He won't be back.
He can't just up and leave. What about his home, his job?
Very accomplished at making fresh starts is my Bob.
Good result for you, was it?
I speak as I find. Bob had a right to know his wife was playing away.
He also had the right to remain in blissful ignorance.
Bit of a coincidence you letting it slip just in time for Dawn's big day.
I have to know, what the hell have I ever done to you? You kept it quiet all this time. Why'd you have to go and tell him now?
Wasn't me who dripped the poison in his ear.
Well, who could have been so vicious and spiteful and vindictive? You. Don't shoot the messenger. You brought this on yourself, darling.
You think he'll come back to you after this?
He hates your guts.
He'd rather stick needles in his eyeballs than spend 5 minutes with you.
Ladies, ladies, please.
Oh, don't you ladies me. You might not have grasped me up to Bob, but you did the next best thing, blabbing to the Black Widow here.
How many more times wasn't me?
But you were the only person who knew about it. Apart from... It wasn't Steph.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
Killer.
Mum, Dot.
I'll have another V&T, please, Diane.
You'll have to buy it elsewhere.
What?
I won't serve you. I've lost my barman, who's also one of my best friends. You've upset Donna and ruined Viv's marriage. I only hope for Terry's sake Dawn doesn't turn out like her mother.
I knew he was too good for her. I said at the time it wouldn't last.
It's poor Viv I feel sorry for.
And what about Dawn? Made a spectacle of her big day, and for all wrong reasons. Still, did have its compensations. We didn't have to suffer all them speeches.
Right, I best be off.
Hey, we're not due back at work for a good half hour.
I want to catch Nicola. See what time I'm cleaning tonight.
I bet you won't get her out wielding a lavatory brush.
She hasn't got time. She's the nerve centre of our operation, making sure we meet our targets.
So, how much do you reckon that she charges the person who needs the bathroom cleaning?
Oh, not thought.
Right, double your money and then add a bit. I think you'll be pretty near the mark. You see, she has to cover all her overheads, pay you, and still make a profit. No wonder she's sitting pretty in her office. She's taking advantage of you, love.
I'm so sorry, Viv. I am really, truly sorry.
You burned down my cafe, you poisoned my husband against me. Just because you haven't got a life of your own, you set out to destroy mine.
You're evil, do you know that?
I honestly didn't mean to cause all this trouble. Well, Jean and I just got chatting over a couple of drinks and well, it just sort of slipped out.
You mean my most marriage-threatening secret just slipped out in conversation with my husband's ex, just like that?
Just like that, yes.
Oh, you vile, double-crossing, two-faced excuse for a tap merchant!
Take your mother home, Donna, before I knock her into next week.
I thought you were my friend. I trusted you.
Yes, well, as my grandfather used to say, trust none, love few. Always paddle your own canoe. Not a bad lesson in life, I've always found.
She'd never talk to me like that if Bob was here.
Come on, Mum. She's not worth bothering about. Oh, let's go on.
She was going on and on as if you're ripping me off.
Ignore her. She's just furious because she hasn't got the brains to go into business herself.
Yeah, oh, hello, Laurel. Again.
Did you want anything, Paddy?
Kimberly, do you want to come through?
Oh.
Thank you. Can you get me the test results out, please, Nicola?
Yes. Anything else I can help you with, Laurel?
I was just wondering how much we do charge for the cleaning.
Well, I'd love to tell you, Laurel, but it's commercially sensitive.
What? I know we have to cover costs, but you wouldn't charge them double what you pay me and keep the rest yourself, would you?
What sort of friend would that make me?
Because we're a nice team, me and you, aren't we?
And you're a key member. My most valued and experienced and effective employee. And just to show you how much I appreciate you...
Yeah?
As of today, you're not just hygiene operative. You are hygiene supervisor.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks, Nicola.
Could I just bring your attention back to your day job, please, Miss Blackstock?
Sorry, Mr. Kirk, right with you.
Hygiene supervisor. Hygiene supervisor.
Can I have my pension? Or is your mother still indisposed?
Could you come back for it?
No, I could not. I am not trailing round here again at her convenience.
Look, please, Betty, I'm not allowed to do it, and my mum's a bit under the weather.
Bob, it's me again, sweetheart. Call me, please.
It's not on, you know, depriving poor pensioners of their rightful funds just because the postmistress has got personal problems. I could raise this with the appropriate authorities, you know.
Well, you can have this as compensation if you want.
Although, what she expected from that poor man after her fornication had been exposed to all and sundry, I just...
Look, this is your lot, Betty.
Tarlo, be in first thing tomorrow.
170 from this morning. And, stick that on a notice board.
It's 50p a week.
Bob Angel, I need to talk to you. Call me, please.
Well, there's a pound to be getting on with, eh?
What are you selling?
Something and nothing.
You selling your tools?
Hey, the boy can read. Give him a medal, eh?
You can't sell your tools. What are you going to work with if you sell your tools?
Don't concern you any longer, does it?
Mum, you're wasting your time.
He's bound to pick up his messages sooner or later.
Not if he's left his phone behind your cart.
I thought you were supposed to give them away for good luck.
No, I thought I'd press them. You know, so that our children and our children's children get to see their mum's wedding day flowers.
Nothing like thinking ahead.
Oh, and I also thought if I take the wedding flowers to the restaurant, we might get a free bottle of champagne.
Ah, well, that's my Mrs. Woods. Hey, you're going to love it. It's going to be everything that yesterday wasn't.
Yeah, apart from my dad won't be there either.
Yeah, well, just remember what you said, didn't we? He's bound to turn up somewhere, sometime or other.
I know, I could just murder my mum. I mean, why did you have to tell him yesterday of all days? I'm really worried about him, Terry.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I can't stop thinking about him either.
I won't enjoy myself, though. Just sitting wondering what's happened to him. Thinking of him breaking his heart somewhere on his own. Look, would you be really upset if we did this some other time?
No.
You two all right while I go and see Jack?
We're doing fine.
Right. See you later.
See you later.
See ya. Come on, mate.
He's put his heart and soul into this place. What's it brought him? A living. Doing something he loved. A lifetime of debt at bank. Chris Tate, more like. Not a lot to show for years of hard graft, is it? So what are you going to do, then? Get as far away from this place as I can. Be grateful I won't end up stuck here, up to my eyes in stinking mud for the rest of my life. And I can't wait.
Bob is my husband. I am the one who's concerned about him.
Yeah, and it's still beer if you hadn't slept around.
Oh, well, thank you very much for pointing that out.
You ruined my wedding day just because you couldn't keep your hands off that naff male stripper.
Chauffeur. He was a chauffeur.
Oh, so much more classy, is it? How could you do that to me, Dad?
Look, I think we should all just take a deep breath and try and calm down.
If you hadn't turned up on his doorstep, joined at the hip with his best friend, this may never have happened.
If he'd taken any sort of interest in me beforehand, I might agree with you there.
You have got no idea what you've put that poor man through. He was dreading this wedding.
Thanks very much.
I thought he was coming round to the idea.
It was killing him. It put him under severe stress. yes. And this unfortunate little revelation has just tipped him over the edge.
I've just got my dad back and you drive him away. Thanks to you, I might not see him again for years and he might have gone through a few more Mrs. Hopes by then.
Shut up, both of you. I will shut up when she stops casting aspersions.
Oh, don't believe a word she says. She's as guilty as sin. She's the one who drove your dad away.
Ooh.
Hey!
Mom!
Come here! Stop it!
Vicious little cow, get out of my house!
Oh. Shouldn't usually have a half day. Oh, I expect it's fallout from yesterday's histrionics.
I think she's got a bit of a personal problem.
In my day, we put duty before personal problems. And we didn't resort to screaming obscenities like fishwives. Especially outside the house of God.
Cha.
Look, believe me, violence is not the answer.
It's the only language her sort understand.
Don't you insult my mother.
You leave my mum alone.
You see how they turn it around, Donna? I offer the hand of friendship and she throws it right back at me. And why? Because she can't stand to see her ex-husband happy with another woman.
He was happy with me.
Was he that ecstatic that he had to leave you then, eh?
Hello?
Not because I slept around, that's for sure.
Bob!
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 Oh, darling, I'm so sorry. Give that to me.
No.
Give it to me.
No, hold on.
Bob, wait, don't go. He's hung up.
I'm just sorry it's come to this.
After all you did to help us, still couldn't make a go of it.
Nothing to be ashamed of, Wilf. There's plenty more in your shoes. Struggling to keep going.
Well, I've struggled my last. I owe it to our Stephen to give him a chance to make some of his life. So I'm throwing in the towel while I've still got my dignity. I hear there's jobs going down at meatpacking plant in Otten.
Well, it'll not come to that, surely.
Oh, unless Chris Tate can help me out like he did you.
I'll see what I can do.
I won't hold my breath. I know the score, Jack. I'm past my prime. It's all downhill from here. Still this way, I won't be dragging our Stephen down with me.
Have you got through?
Yeah, it just keeps ringing out.
Why didn't you ring back?
What'd you expect when he heard you screeching down the phone?
Well, at least he made contact. That's the main thing.
He wasn't ringing you, he was ringing Dawn.
Try again, Terry.
Well, maybe the phone's not working. Now I can hear the dial tone.
No, wait, it's ringing again. Hello? Yeah, who's that? Sorry, mate. Would you mind telling us where you are? Right, yeah, well, thanks. Yeah, bye. Gotcha.
Where is he? Where is he?
The zoo.
The zoo again? What's this sudden obsession with the zoo?
Well, he really loved it when we went there the other day.
Right, Donna, coat. Let's go get him.
Why can't you get it into your head he doesn't ever want to see you again?
Look, I think it's best if you all just stay here. I mean, one sight of you lot and he's going to do a runner. I mean, there are times in a man's life when it just needs a mate.
I'll stay in the car. I'll be
Babe,
right
I'm sorry.
Make him come home.
Yeah, well, I'll try my best.
Well, you can sense the two sides are now going to give it a go for these last.
I've just discovered exactly which of your assets you're thinking of liquidating. You foolish man.
You've seen my head then, have you?
If you sell the tools of your trade, how are you going to earn a living?
Yeah, well, there's no one round here going to give me a job, is there? I mean, it's the only way I can get enough money to get my own place.
Well, can't you go to a bank?
Oh, they're going to be falling over to lend me money, aren't they? I mean, I've got no job, no income, no assets.
They say charity begins at home. You can stay here just until you get on your feet.
No, you've done enough for me, Edna. I mean, a man of my age should be able to afford a roof over his head.
You'll need a helping hand sometimes, Mac. My advice? Put your pride aside. Accept.
And thank you. Thank you very much.
You'll have to contribute. My pension won't run to feeding you as well as Tootsie.
I'll see you all right, Edna, I promise.
And that's settled.
You stood here and lied to me. It was Viv all along.
Were you so desperate for some juicy scandal that you'd have believed anything? Do I look like the sort of woman that would sleep around?
So why choose this moment to drop her in it?
I was chatting to Jean and it just popped out. I mean, I feel awful, I do.
Not as awful as Bob does.
You're toxic, you know that. Lucretia Borgia couldn't hold a candle to you.
Are you going to stand there and let her talk to one of your customers like that?
No. Which is why you're barred.
Do what?
Bob's our friend. Thanks to you, his life's in pieces. Now finish your drink and go.
I could get a beef herd going, looking to going organic.
Even though Will failed with the place.
Yeah, he did his best. I'm young, I'm enthusiastic. I've got loads of ideas.
Well, so did Wilf when he started. He found himself up to here in debt. And his stock worthless. All his work for nothing. And the same thing happened to me. It nearly killed me too. If it's the life you want, then I'll help you all I can. But I'm not going to let you kid yourself it's an easy option.
Why don't you come back upstairs, Mum?
With her gloating up there. Oh, Donna, I am so sorry.
Why did you do it, Mum?
I don't know. I suppose I was flattered.
Why? Bob loved you. He worshipped the ground you walked on.
You don't know what it's like to get older. You become invisible. Once you'd turn any man's head, and now you're just another middle-aged woman. You know, for a few minutes, that boy made me feel like he used to do. You know, desirable, attractive, young.
In the back of a limo? Mum, that is so tacky.
I know. And when it was all over, I felt so cheap and foolish. I hate myself. Oh, why would you understand? All you're seeing is your mother who's lost the only person that's ever likely to love her.
No, I don't. I sort of understand why you did it.
Oh, if only he'd come back, I could explain.
He'll come home.
No. I've gone too far this time. He's going to go off and he's going to forget me and he's going to go off with Mrs. Hope, number 5. Oh, Donna, if he doesn't come back, I don't know what I'll do.